I'm doing day 20 in my vlog series, Journey to Life series. Today it's on the deceptive nature is who I am. And this was brought about when I was at a puppy class, well, a dog class. It's a puppy class, but my dog is grown out of puppy stage. He's 2.5 now, but I never brought him to training school, so I'm doing it now. So we went to a class yesterday, and he's obviously the biggest one in the class. Is all little puppies, and within the class, this is the first class of me ever bringing him to anything like this, like a formal training session with other people. And you know, within myself, I created this idea because Henry's older and you know, has had more experiences, and obviously than the little puppies. He should be more well behaved and trained. Excuse me. And so he started, like, when he gets bored or if he wants to do something and I won't do it, he'll just sit and he'll bark at me, like being like, come on, like, let's go, let's do something, I don't want to sit here. And obviously in the class we had to sit and listen to the teacher and, you know, kind of just hang out for a bit. He didn't like that. So within this point of him barking at me, I went into embarrassment and then judgment of myself, and also projecting myself onto others as them judging me as being, you know, a bad mother to Henry, like, and he was out of control. And, you know, within the self-forgiveness, I saw this was a point that I'm playing out within myself of me wanting to be seen as this perfect picture, perfect within everything I do. And then when something doesn't go to perfection and people see, like, there's evidence within, such as Henry barking at me and kind of not listening to me, but just barking and kind of going out of control in a sense, I got embarrassed within myself, and I went into this kind of projection of wanting to gain back this point of superiority over the other people, because I saw that I was, you know, thinking that they were judging me and seeing me less than them. So it's an ego point. I wanted to become more superior. So within myself, I was like, I saw I was going into like diminishment of trying to diminish the others around me, and you know, having this negative experience towards them and resistance towards these people because of this happening, because they saw that Henry was barking at me, and I was, through the barking and through the kind of out of control of him, I was seen as less than them. So this point of, or this idea and this kind of experience within myself of seeing myself less than them because Henry was barking, created this whole interaction, whole construct within myself that it got activated, where I went into ego and I wanted to become superior. And so I went within my mind and, you know, I saw these points like go into, like, you know, oh, that person is fat, and, you know, that person is ugly, and, you know, I'm better than this person because their dog is, you know, jumping on other people. I mean, I was watching these thoughts go through. I stopped them. I didn't participate in them because I don't agree with that, and I see that as obvious separation. But it's interesting to see how this kind of unconsciously plays out within myself, or subconsciously, of immediately going into this activation of when I feel weak or when I feel like someone is seeing me less than who I want to be seen as. I will go into this activation and resistance towards the person, and all the people that I believe are judging me. I'll go into thoughts and backchat of trying to diminish them and trying to make them seem less than me, so then I can feel better about myself. So it's all about me not accepting myself and defining myself based on how others treat me and how others are seeing me. So it's separation to the max, and it's actually kind of a cool point to see because, you know, I realize within the writing and the self-forgiveness that obviously I have to stop all these thoughts that are coming through, the backchat thoughts and the nasty thoughts, and live here within physical application and what I'm doing, and obviously stop the backchat. And through that consistency, through that stopping, the energy will diminish, and I will, you know, start to become stable here and not be so reacting to others, not be defining myself by others, and stopping the projection of, you know, people are judging me, when really it was just a point where Henry didn't want to sit and hang out, and you know, within myself I have to realize that point, that, you know, take him into consideration, and also take into the consideration that, you know, he's there to be trained, so obviously he's not going to be perfect, and, you know, he's a dog, so they have their own expression, and I can't put anyone into a box. I can't define anyone by any point within this world, meaning I can't limit people to, you know, my definitions of them, but only stand here within equality and oneness, because that's the ultimate point that is here, is an acceptance of everything and doesn't limit us in any way. Because we see all as ourselves, and we become equal and stable and live this equality within all that are here. So it's seeing this is a cool point, and realizing how I kind of go into this activation of ego, and then from this point of seeing it and kind of seeing how it's playing out, I can go and stop it, stop the thoughts, stop defining myself by others, stop putting expectations onto people and onto beings, and just live from the physical, and stop my participation in it. So I've seen, I mean, this has been a big point with me, this ego point, and this self, you know, trying to be perfect for others, and then diminishing others to try to make myself feel better. So it's a big point that I'm walking. I've walked a lot of dimensions of it. So this point of embarrassment is really showing that I'm just going into my mind, defining myself by how I am projecting myself onto others, and how I am not accepting myself here, where I'm not accepting myself, and, you know, correct that. See myself one and equal with all, and see myself within common sense and what's really here. Stop going to my mind with, you know, projections and how things should be and how it should look and how others should see me, but live here in the physical and live within what is here as we walk it, as we live it. Unless eventually it will become a point of real expression and real unlimitedness as we kind of walk through our mind patterns and stop them and become stable here. And then once all of us have walked out of our mind patterns and stopped our egos and just lived here within breath, we can start to really live here, start to really come together and create awesome systems and awesome ways of living, start implementing equality within everything we do, all points of our lives. So obviously we have to start with ourselves and stop the mind and stop separating ourselves, stop separating me from this world, from the people in this world, as I realize that everyone in this world is myself. I'm just showing myself to myself, so it's a point to be grateful for and appreciate, because this is how I'm going to walk to change myself, to birth myself here as life. So I'm not going to judge myself anymore. I'm going to stop judging myself, stop judging life, walk here within physical application, and just continue to walk this point out. Thanks for listening.